Hey yo, it's me, the one and only, the marvelous one. But before we get into tonight's episode, you guys can do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, so whenever I put out content, you can be the first to get into it. So, I'll get right into it. So this episode tonight is called Self-Love. I talk about self-love because in the description below I have my podcast, which is the LFN podcast, and I talk about everything, you name it, I talk about it. So I've been getting a lot of emails and people saying, hey, I really love when you did the self-care podcast. Is it a way that you can do an actual video for we can actually see you talk about things? And I said, yeah, because I used to struggle with self-love. Like, I hated myself for forever, pretty much. Like, I'm in my 30s and I just never really loved myself and like myself. So I used to be super hard on myself. And then one day I just started to realize, like, hey, no one's perfect. Let me say that again. No one is perfect. Everyone has strengths in some areas and of opportunity. Don't sell yourself short comparing yourself to other people, because other people motivation and other people's lives ain't my life. So I used to compare myself to people like, well, her life and his life is way better. How come they're happy but I'm not? That was me doubting myself. That was me showing self-hate. That wasn't me self-loving myself. And how I started to start loving myself. And I want everyone pay close attention. If you watch this video, jot some of this stuff down because it helped me. And like I said, I'm just here to help. How I started creating like the self-love ritual for me is I started turning off the TV. I started unplugging myself for like 20 minutes to 30 minutes off of social media. And I started to like sit and I just started to just think and be like, hey, yo, Marv, why are you so hard on yourself, dude? Like, you don't have to hate yourself. You're a handsome guy. You got a lot going on for you. Like, why do you hate yourself? So like I said kind of early, what I was saying, I was hating myself is because I was comparing myself to everyone. I was like, everybody else's life is this, everyone else's life is that. I was starting to compare their lives to myself, and it wasn't. So what I started to do, I just started to like build I started to build a community, a precious community around people that was like-minded like me, that had these type of issues, that was kind of hard on themselves, that was like, had depression issues and, had self-hate issues. So I just put myself around them and we just start to vibe and we just start to help each other. And I used to this is the one that's huge. I started to make a what's working for me list. So like I would be like, hey, this is working for me, this is working for me, this is not working for me. I don't need to be doing that because that's not working for me. Hey, maybe if I start seeing my therapist and seeing a counselor and saying this and talking about my problems and letting people know that I have self-hate issues, that I don't like myself, and things that I didn't like about myself, I started to work on. And then it was just like what wasn't working for me was the drinking, the popping pills, the partying, all that wasn't working for me. So I had to eliminate that. So when you start to eliminate things that's bringing you down and things that you don't need to have in your life will become a whole lot better. You start to see everything clear, and you start to love yourself more. Know that your body is learn to love your body. It's so many women and some men too. The majority of the time, it's a lot of women who hit me up and say that they don't like themselves. They hate their bodies. They hate the way they boobs look. They hate the way their thighs look. They hate the way their butt look. They hate the way their nose look. All that stuff is yourself hating yourself. Like, you hating yourself because you don't like someone, but someone else likes it. That's why I tell women all the time. It's like, you may not like it, but someone else gonna love your body and gonna like you for you. So at the end of the day, I just always tell women and men, like, love your body, love the skin that you in. Like me, I'm a chunky guy. I mean, when a lights beam on me, I sweat. I'm normal, but I love this body that I am. I love everything about myself, and it took me to get into my 30s to realize that I can't sit up here and lie on YouTube or lie on the LFN podcast and be like, oh, I always had it. I wore a mask. I was hiding behind a mask. I hated myself. Now I love myself. I love everything about myself. And what I do is just like, I always do a self-evaluation on myself. I'm super hard on myself because of the YouTube, because of creating shows, because of the podcast. I'm always hard on myself, but at the end of the day, I can go look in the mirror. I can take off my glasses. Like, I'm probably a little sweaty, but then I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, hey, I like who I'm seeing. I like the person I'm looking at. Like, if I can walk in the mirror and be like, I like that person, I taught myself how to self-love myself. I love everything about myself. There's no one that can tell me different about myself. I won't put myself down. I won't allow no one to put myself down. And that's why I tell people, once you discover your self-love, but first you gotta discover it. Like, hold on, I'm gonna read off some things that I wrote down. I am worthy of love and joy. I always tell myself I am loving myself and it feels wonderful. I am deserving of love. My self-esteem grows in proportion to my self-love. The more I love myself, the better my overall health is. I love every facet of my existence. Let's say that again. I love every facet of my existence. Meaning I love my life. I love everything. I love every part of what makes me what I am. I'm not perfect, but I love who I am. I have completed the unconditional love of myself. Like I gained back the love for myself because I love myself. And that's what I tell people. It's like, it's a lot of people that don't love themselves, but if you watch this video, watch it over and over. Watch it over and write down what I'm saying. I can say it over. I can say it again. I am worthy of my love and joy. I am loving myself and it feels wonderful. I am deserving of love. My self-esteem grows my self-esteem grows in the proportion of my self-love. The more I love myself, the better off my health is. Get it? I love every facet of my existence. I love every part of what makes me what I am. I have complete unconditional love for myself. I love myself. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, if you can hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button. I'll grateful if you've been to the channel, like it, subscribe, so tell someone, all that. Like I said, I'm the Marvelous One. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm out.